Hi everybody, Pat Cahill with Buffalo Ridge Defense. Today we're going to talk about presentation from the holster, getting that gun out of the holster, getting the gun into the fight. So we're going to talk through it. We're going to talk about some six simple steps that you can do for presentation from the holster. Now they're simple, they're 6 separate steps, but when you tie them all together into one fluid action called muscle memory, you'll be able to get your gun out of the holster and into the fight when you're forced to defend yourself in the dynamically critical incident. So today we're going to be starting from the I'm going to be responding to some type of a stimulus, some type of a stimulus that's alerted to me that there's a potential threat, or some type of a stimulus that just has got my attention. The threat is going to be the target you see right here. So I'm going to respond to that threat. I'm going to talk us through it, and I'm going to start from that startled stimulus position. There we go. So I'm looking at you guys. I'm walking around. I'm not ready to engage into a fight, but I'm walking around the mall, and all of a sudden there's some startling stimulus. Immediately my head is going to turn towards that stimulus, and I'm going to identify whatever it is. When that happens, my body is going to be following my head around, and if it's a threat, and as I'm analyzing it and looking at it and assessing it and going, oh, it's a threat, my body's lowering, naturally lowering down. My hands have come up in a defensive position to protect my head. From here, and I've realized it's a threat, I have to engage that threat. My strong hand is going to reach down, and I'm going to get that good grip on my firearm. Once I have that grip, I'm going to be pulling the firearm straight up out of my holster as high as I can. Here's shoulder lock for me. I can't go any higher, but I'm confident that the firearm has cleared the holster at this point. At this point, I'm orientating the firearm towards the threat. It's just simply turning my wrist towards the threat. Now the firearm is being pushed out parallel with my line of sight. When my support hand is meeting up with the firearm, I'm getting that good two-handed grip, and when I'm at the full extended position, I'm ready to engage and fire the firearm. I fire the firearm until the threat is neutralized. Once the threat is neutralized, I'm pulling the firearm back to that high compressed ready position, and all the time I'm staying situationally aware. And to maintain my situational awareness, I'm going to be assessing my surroundings. I'm assessing, looking over my shoulder, looking for what else is happening, who else is a threat, who else can help me. Once I've analyzed and looked through and been situationally aware by really assessing everything going on around me, I realize that I'm safe. At that point, from this compressed, high compressed ready position, I'm able to look my firearm safely back into my holster. I'll lower my hands, and I'm going to relax and take a breath, and just and still maintaining my situational awareness and watching what's going on around. So that's it. You know, getting your firearm out of the holster, getting the firearm engaged and into the fight, that's crucial. Knowing these basic steps of responding to that startling stimulus, whatever it is, turning towards it, looking at it, realizing that's a threat, now's when the fight begins. You realize that you're in the fight of your life. The faster you can get your firearm out of the holster, present it, and get it onto the threat and defend yourself, the better the chances are that you're going to survive that dynamically critical incident. So those are 6 separate steps, but think about those. Don't try to do them fast right away. Do them one step at a time. Then as you increase your speed, pretty soon you're tying all those motions together into one fluid action. That's called muscle memory. Kind of like throwing a baseball or doing anything else. It's from muscle memory that all those separate actions are tied together. You do that, you practice that, and you'll have the proper presentation from the holster. That's it for today. Until we meet again, my friends, stay safe and stay healthy.